everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back, and in this video I will be discussing a topic of cutting your locks and starting them over, or combing them out and starting them over. And this video was inspired by a post I put up on Instagram a couple weeks ago. It was a picture of me and Ty, my best friend Ty, and you guys have met her on my channel before. She had locks and she mostly had them red, and a couple months ago, maybe like 2 months ago, she combed out her locks, and that was her second or third set of locks. Yeah, that was her third set, and she combed them out, and she combed out all her previous sets as well. And I showed a picture on my Instagram. I think I'll put the picture right here so you guys can see. It was a picture from us in high school. It was like the, you know, that 10-year challenge thing going on. And yeah, as you can see in the later photo, she has her locks, but then she combed them out, and I showed a picture of her hair combed out. So shout out to Ty. Hey girl, if you've seen this video, hey girl. And I got a couple questions in the comments like, oh, what's the point of people combing them out and then starting them over? Because I did mention in the caption that she'll most likely come back to Team Locs sooner than later. And yeah, someone left the comment, a couple people left the comment actually, like, oh, what's the point of combing out the locks if you can start them over? I think the answer is pretty simple, but I guess not for everybody, so I decided to make a video on it. Now I'm going to talk about it really briefly. Now, there are a couple reasons that are, I don't want to say shallow, but they're more about, you know, the aesthetic. They, you know, people who are more concerned about a certain look. So perhaps you started off with break parting, but you decided that you actually want diamond parting because you really like the way diamond parting looks when you do updos or braids. Or maybe you have thinner locks and you decided that you want to comb them out and do a thicker lock set the next time around because you see that thicker locks tend to look healthier and they tend to not break as easily as thinner locks, for instance. Those are just a couple of examples. Maybe you just want to start them over for them to have a different look, a different size, different parts. Simple as that. Maybe you want to start them doing a different method and see if that makes a difference in how your locks look. Maybe you started your locks with 2-strand twists. Now you want to start them off with coils and see if that makes a difference. Or maybe you started them off with coils and now you want to do straight interlocking and you want to see how your locks change or how your locks look different from the previous set. Now those are just some examples. Now maybe someone wants to start their locks over because of health reasons. I know a lot of people, you know, I don't know if I want to put myself in that category, but if I were to comb my locks out and start over, I definitely would like to be more of a purist when it comes to my lock maintenance. And by that I mean probably not freeform. However, I'll stay away from the dyes, and I will go thicker. I will go thicker with my locks. So, but yes, I have dyed my hair countless times, maybe 30 plus times, maybe 40 plus times in the past 8.5 years. And yeah, I think next time around I would like to just, you know, be as natural as possible when it comes to my lock maintenance, as far as maybe using, well, I already use natural products for the most part, but I also like to use maybe 100% natural products. Who knows? That's just an example, you guys. And last but not least, this is a more of a metaphysical, spiritual kind of reasoning about why people want to start the locks off. Now, I like to recommend people to do spiritual washes, cleanses on their locks when they are tempted to comb them out or cut them off, because maybe they went through some sort of trauma and they don't want that energy to stay with them. I recommend spiritual washes and cleanses, but for some people that's not enough and they want to get a completely different set of locks, because, you know, it's commonly believed that locks hold in energy, negative or positive. So sometimes people want to comb out their locks or cut their locks off so that they can start, so they can have a fresh start after whatever trauma they endured or whatever hardship they're dealing with and they want to, you know, move forward from. Also, maybe your locks represented a certain journey in your life and that journey is complete and you want to comb them out or cut them off and start a new set once you grow your hair back out or once you're ready. I remember being in 8th grade, I had a teacher who had long locks, and she got pregnant. She and her husband got pregnant, and she was due around the time of middle school graduation, and yeah, by time graduation day, she didn't have locks anymore. She was bald. And I was just like, what? I mean, I didn't ask her what it was about, but I'm imagining maybe, you know, her locks represented her pre-motherhood part of her life, and now she cut her locks off as her baby was about to be born. So now she's embarking on a new journey. So there are tons of reasons. I guess you guys can all just leave comments below if you guys can relate, or if you have any other suggestions, any more ideas as to why people want to cut their locks off or comb them out and then start over. So yeah, it's not always so simple. Like, just because one cuts their locks off or combs them out doesn't mean that they don't like locks anymore. You know, life is long. I mean, people say life is short, but I guess they say that for whatever context. But in this context, life is long. So you have the time to play around and experience different hairstyles if that's what you want to do. I've had my locks for almost 9 years. Well, I'll be 9 years in May. And so I started my locks in college. Prior to starting my locks, I was relaxed. So I didn't really have time to play with my afro. So I do intend at some point to either cut my locks off or comb them out so that I can experiment with an afro. Although I am very sure that I would still lock it up again, because locks are more me. They're more low maintenance, and I just, even just the thought of like the constant detangling and, you know, you gotta twist it before you go to bed and all that stuff, like the co-washing and all of that, you know, dealing with the single strand knots and the constant trims and all that. I don't want to have to deal with that on the long term, especially in the future. I'm sure I'll have kids and stuff and a husband, and I'll have to, you know, I'll be busy. I'll be busier than I am now, most likely, plus with work and all that. So I don't really want to have to deal with the detangling and the styling and all of that, all of the work that comes in to loose natural hair. So I'm sure I'll lock it back up at some point. But yeah, so yeah, just because you cut your locks off doesn't mean you feel like your journey was a failure. Maybe it's just complete, or it's come to a pause, you know. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Leave a comment below. My hair at this point, it's been a week since I took my foam rollers out, and I think that it looks really beautiful. I love when my hair gets all like beach wavy and, you know, it looks nice and relaxed like this. And I will have that update video. That'll probably be my next video, my update video of after 2 weeks of having the curls. And I'm only doing a 2-week update because I wash my hair every 2 weeks. So I'll be due for a wash in another week. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my shop, www.lovelightlocs.storeenvy.com. shop for your infinity head wraps. My oils are back in stock. Definitely shop for your hair growth oils. I have the emu oil and the horsetail leaf growth oil. Details are in the description below, as well as links. My book, check out my book, More Than a Hair Journey, Black Women's Guide to Self-Love and Lock Maintenance. It's all on Amazon and it's on my shop. Also, you can shop for hair accessories and more. Alright, I'm out of here now, for real. Bye. Love, light, and locks.